So, big news, big news.
Big news.
Oh, by the way,
Welcome, welcome, Listenerland.
Welcome on board for another jolly time about the good ship Listenerland.
Oh God, it sounds like an awful cruise.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Kiss cruise without Kiss. That's pretty good, actually.
Modest.
Have you heard the news?
What's the
this
news?
week being the
17th?
17th
of November 2023.
2023, a book has been released about the life and times of Joe Cocker.
All right. I bet that's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Not only that, it's called With a Lot of Help from My Friends.
Right.
Not with a little help, with a
Yeah.
lot of help from my friends. And it's already been picked up and is in, as we speak, it's been developed into a film.
Really?
Hold on, when did this book come out?
I'll buy that.
Wednesday.
He's dead.
Oh, yeah, he's been dead since 2014.
Yeah, quite a while, isn't it?
So who wrote this book?
Well, he didn't.
Oh, I know. It's not about. Wait.
Next door neighbour.
No, it was a music journalist called Mark Bego,
Right. Okay.
and it
So
came out.
was this book in plan while they was alive, or is it an afterthought?
I think it's probably an afterthought.
So where's he got the information from? Does it say?
Oh, it's everything
Is it?
about most people is well documented anyway.
Yeah.
But they wrote the book about his life and times of, because he had a very interesting.
Yeah, I bet it's a good read. That actually.
Yeah.
I bet it's interesting. That
Will you wait for the film though?
No, I'm thinking now. I know because I didn't know.
Yeah, it came out Wednesday.
I'm
Came out Wednesday.
I'm gonna look into that.
With a lot of help from my friends.
I bet that's good though.
The film. Who's going to play him in the film?
Now, this is a question I wanted to ask
Ooh.
because I'm not sure. It didn't give any details whether it was going to be, as in like the Freddie Mercury thing, somebody's going to play him in a film, or is it just going to be a bio-documentary type thing where
Wait a
it's
second.
just the life and times of?
He's not quite Freddie Mercury height, is he? That everyone's going to know.
Well, you say that.
I don't think he's as big
No,
as
he won't.
Freddie.
No, he's not as big as Freddie, but he is as. I like Joe Cocker,
I
not
like Joe
just
Cocker.
because he lived literally about 8 miles away from where we're sat now, but he had a completely distinctive voice, completely distinctive style of delivery.
Yeah, he was quite the unusual performer, wasn't he?
It was.
He did a lot
In later life,
How's it go?
He did a lot of strange movements.
yeah, and in later life he became a bit commercial. Yeah, but we'll forgive him for that. But Mad Dog's an Englishman. If you've ever watched any of that, fantastic. Really is. The voice is brilliant. The voice is brilliant. Yeah, but and his delivery is brilliant. So I'm looking forward to. I will probably read the book.
Yeah,
Probably get the book,
I'll probably read the book. Yeah.
and I will definitely watch the film.
Who would
Yes,
you like
I
to
will.
see play him?
Nobody. I hope it's just a documentary about him. If somebody were to play him, I would say, oh God, that's going to be difficult.
Yeah. Who would be able to play somebody like that?
Les Dennis.
No, it's an option, but no.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. Good shout.
Idris Elba. That's a good call. That I'm liking that. No, who's the fellow that's just retired from Bond? Daniel Craig.
Daniel
Craig
Craig.
can play Joe Cocker.
Yeah, that he might make a good Joe Cocker.
It'd make a good old Joe Cocker.
Mm.
'Cause
From
he's-
Bond to Cocker.
But the young Joe Cocker would have to be played by, I don't know.
To be fair, Joe Cocker looks quite old when he was young.
He did. Yeah.
He looked.
They could get the guy off of one of them, what they call him, Phil Mitchell guy.
Phil Mitchell.
Yeah, he looks a bit like Joe Cocker, doesn't he?
Well, as an old.
No.
Well, I mean, you basically just find him a bald man, Caucasian male.
Well, it's only
He'll
one
do.
it's only one I can think of.
Right. Phil Mitchell is going to play. Well, whatever his name is going to play.
Actually,
I don't know.
I think
Phil
I
Mitchell,
look
that's
more
his
like
name,
Joe
isn't it?
Cocker than he does.
You have got to look at Joe Cocker.
Thank you.
But on that note, I tend to mention her quite a lot on this podcast. So, Dolly Parton.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of her?
Yeah, no one on me.
No.
I'm
Who's
busy,
he then?
busy working 9 to 5, you see.
Yeah.
Who does he
Yeah,
play
you
for?
see, I think she's a new artist.
Right.
She come out about 2 or 3 years ago. Maybe
I guess I
something
should be
like
blonde because I'm just dumb.
Oh. Oh. Sorry,
hate
blondies.
mail.
Well, it's just some
So
dumb blonde.
so there's something going off where she has done a tribute to Prince. So I don't know if it's a new album or it's on her album or a gig or whatever like that. But she's done a tribute to Prince and she's recorded Purple Rain,
Purple Rain.
which I thought, oh right, that's going to have a different sound.
Well, it will.
Yeah, in a southern accenty
Because you got that sort of like
country.
she got that true
yeah.
type voice, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's very, very country, isn't she?
I guess she'll make it her own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not going to be
but-
country. Is it going to be rock or what?
I don't know. It just said that.
Well,
Dolly,
it's out.
oh yeah, her album's out. Yeah, yeah. It just said that.
Am I still patched in?
It's.
You
it's-
could be.
Am I?
There's only one way to find out.
Have you
we-
armed it?
Are we recording on this one?
Yeah,
Okay. Should we have a listen?
let's go for it.
This is a tribute to Prince.
I'm just watching him desperately try and skip ahead. There's someone responding. Yep.
It's time we all reach out for something new, and that means you too.
Sounds like she got a mouthful of biscuits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds all right, to be fair. I mean,
Yeah.
she's giving it a go, isn't she?
She is giving it a go.
It's fine.
Yeah. She's giving it a go.
She's giving it a go.
She's
Yeah.
giving it a go.
Yeah. I'm not saying good or bad.
No,
But you want to?
No.
I don't think the world needed.
Sorry?
I don't think the world needed Dolly Parton to sing "Purple Rain."
She's quite entitled to have a go. She's
course she
quite
is.
entitled to do her version of that song.
Do you know? I keep mentioning Dolly Parton
A lot of
because
people have tried.
it's in. You know, I've read quite a lot, but I've not listened to the album yet. And I keep thinking to myself, listen to that album, and then something else comes out. And then listen to that, and something else comes out. And I keep putting it on back burner. And I do want to listen to the album,
Then listen to it.
just because I'm interested in some of the aspects that which way she's gonna take some of these tracks.
I
But
think
something always. Oh, we're gonna listen to it other week.
I think she's taking that one in a way that's not pleasing me.
Well, I mean, to
you
be
know,
fair, we only listened to a little snippet.
we listen to 10
It sounds like
seconds.
it's well produced. The only thing that I could pick up on is that it sounded a bit weird
It's
on
the
the mouth.
vocal arrangement that I'm
It-
not
it-
keen on.
It sounded like this is going to sound really insulting. It sounded like her teeth weren't fixed.
A what?
It sounded like
Teeth
she
weren't
sounded like she got loose
fixed.
dentures.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like
you think she is ABBA?
I don't know, just like
No, the vocal.
there wasn't a lot of clarity in the pronunciation.
Yeah, the vocal. Yeah, there's a vocal bit that as soon as I heard it, I thought that's not working for me.
Yeah.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. But it's Dolly Parton.
Well, I know it is.
If you play that to anybody and you say, "Who's this?" I'll go
Dolly Parton.
to Dolly Parton,
True.
and that's what
Doesn't
I mean.
doesn't make it good though.
No, it doesn't make it good, but that's what I mean by I'm interested in
Somebody will like it.
takes on
Yeah.
It
on,
is-
Somebody will like
on,
it is
on
interesting.
tracks. I want to see how she like. I'd like
Approaches it.
now. I've heard that, and I thought, I
What
want.
were your take on it? Because you're a Dolly fan, and you would support Dolly.
Oh, I think she's got a great voice.
But do you
I
like
really
what
do.
you heard? You know, it was a small snippet.
In them
But
8 seconds? No,
no,
but I want to listen to the track now just to see.
it's a difficult song to go.
It is, but I just want to see how the full song is.
Yeah, well,
if
it's
it-
another few couple of
if it-
chorus and verse.
If it gets better, does it get worse? Does it stay that? Does she take it to a totally different other,
dimension.
problem is-
other feel to
Purple Rain's one of those songs that it's so difficult to cover without
it?
trying to be Prince.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
and
that,
if you
I
do
think-
take it in a completely different direction, then you're sort of like,
and then it's not Purple
You've gone
Rain,
away
is
from
it?
essence of
yeah,
it.
you're
It's not
stripping
Purple Rain, is it?
Yeah.
But I was going to listen to it a couple of weeks ago, but I've just got sidetracked again on some other stuff. But another album I'd been waiting for to come out, and I was very disappointed when it came out, and that was Rival Sons' new album.
Yeah.
Why so?
It's just not Rival Sons. It's poor. I think it's the worst album they've done. Back in
I don't know. I don't say it's the worst album they've
Oh,
done.
yeah,
It's
it is.
disappointing. It's a
It
disappointing
is.
album.
Well, the most disappointed album.
because you were expecting so much.
Yeah.
Because
I always look forward to Rival
it's-
Sons' new
it's-
albums, and I just like I listen to that. And I'm like,
it's almost part of a twin set. Into the
Mm.
first album came out, which was okay, was
yeah,
good,
brilliant
great
album.
track,
Dark
great
Fighter,
tracks on it.
great.
And this is a sequel to it, which is it's supposed to represent the dark side,
Yeah,
which was when it was wrote in COVID time, and the light side when we've all come out of
all
COVID.
coming
and
out
all-
of COVID.
the wheels on the world are all starting to turn again, and everybody's got a bit more light and hopeful.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be brighter and lighter and more
But to say the
optimistic.
album, or both albums, was written in COVID. The first album, Dark Fighter, which come out in May of this year, or thereabouts. Great album, brilliant album. Typical Rival Sons. It's
Yeah.
what you would expect from a Rival Sons
But
album.
the light album,
It's great, but this one came out about 2-3 weeks ago, November, end of October, beginning of November, something like that. And it's just to say it was wrote in the same, as they call it, 18 months of COVID.
Yeah,
It's totally different to Dark Fighter.
well, there's clearly some
Yeah.
sort of concept going on there. If they've got a dark album and a light album, maybe there's some sort of play with the light album. Maybe maybe
they wanted to make it a bit more.
maybe there's some sort of interest to the fact that you like the dark album because it's maybe more edgy and it's less produced, and then the light album is more produced.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's obviously an intentional direction they've gone in because it's so unrivaled Sons, the
It
production
is
levels on
very
it.
unrivaled Sons. Like I said to you when it came out and I'd first listened to the album and I saw you and I says, that first track, it's almost like a cross between Led Zeppelin meets Pink Floyd.
Yeah, yeah.
Which people might listen.
Which is,
People
you know,
listening might think,
it's-
well, what's wrong with that?
It's not a bad thing to be a Pink Floyd / Led Zeppelin, but I wanted them to be Rival Sons
The Mosaic
because
track
I like
is a
Rival
good
Sons.
track.
There's
But,
probably, I
but
think,
I would have liked it anyway, even if it had been done
Yeah.
by Owen Stardust.
I think
But
if I,
he would have never done it.
Mentioned in the previous episode.
Yeah,
If
He's
I
made an
remember
appearance
rightly,
again.
if I remember right, there's only is there 6 tracks on it, or is there 7 tracks on it? It's a very short album, and there's probably two good, or 2 tracks that I like
for you, yeah.
that I would say, yeah,
I think you're going to get a lot of Rival Sons
I quite
fans that
like
are going to
that.
say a similar thing.
possibly. Yeah.
I suspect so.
But
Yeah.
you should never appease your audience, though, should you? You should always, never make music for the audience. Make music for what you want to make. Now,
Oh,
if this,
yeah,
if this
yeah.
is the direction they want to go in, if they, money talks in it, so
Well, I hope this isn't the direction they're going to go in, though.
you never know. It might be that
I hope it's
they
not.
might be trying to appeal to a mass audience because the American radio station is much different to the UK and Europe ones. They've got different hoops to jump through, and the manager might be saying to them, "Look, we're getting a bigger audience nowadays, and what we can do, we can really leverage on this and."
We've got more money.
We've
We
got more
can
money. Let's spend it in the studio. Let's make a more commercial album. Let's really get to a wider audience. We'll hit the ground running with this, and we'll make a bit more money, which will lead us on to bigger shows, and we'll get you over in Jamaica doing a reggae album next.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the next big thing. That's the next hot thing. And let's just follow that thread instead of following their own path.
Yeah, but their own path to you would be making another blues album.
No, it wouldn't. No. I don't mind what direction musically. No.
Well,
I
I
don't mind.
heard that they're doing a cover of
it's the production
Big
level
Break.
of this. Sorry?
I heard that they're going to do a cover of Big Break.
What's that?
It's only a game show, put on a real big fight. They're gonna be snookering you tonight.
It's behind the blue. No, I don't mind It's the production quality of it I object to. It's too polished, it's too slick, it's too unrivaled songs.
It's very unrivaled songs.
The songs are good, it's just the way they've been produced.
Right.
If they reimagine that album in 5 years' time and they take all the whistles and bells off it, it'll be a great album.
Well, we've spoke about reimagined albums in this podcast before, and it doesn't bode well.
It don't bode well
No,
if you take them too far.
You take all the bells and whistles off. You
all
just
whistles
got
and bells.
No.
you just got a man with a whistling nose.
No. Or, boy, put that down nice. Or Whistler Teeth. Biff
Yes.
Byford from Saxon in his singing teeth.
Yes.
That's
What
an
he
old episode. That one.
What he keeps in his back pocket.
Yeah, that's an old episode. That one. So, have you anything new this week that's happening other
It's-
than the release? Oh, they've got a new album coming out.
Yes.
Is it out this week? The Led Zeppelin tribute band.
Oh, Greta Van
Greta
Fleet.
Van
That's the
Fleet.
fellas, yeah.
Yes, they are.
He's got an unusual haircut going on at the moment, hasn't he? I don't know what he's trying to go for there. Some sort of biblical goat.
Kenny Wayne Shepherd's new album comes out today.
Does it really?
Yep.
Are we
Yeah.
interested to hear what that one's like? Yeah.
That's my tomorrow morning's listening. That
Ah.
Okay.
I've already got that one planned.
Idris Elba is dropping a single in protest against UK knife crime, and
okay.
how the government isn't doing enough. It's a rap song that's really going to, have people thinking.
What he's rapping on the.
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
it.
Is she?
I thought you were just a DJ.
No, he's spitting some sharp lyrics. Yeah, and it's all about politics and stuff like that. He's stepping away from the camera and picking up the mic once.
Do you think
again.
he's been promoted to do this, or is he doing it off his own bike?
He's doing it off his own bike. He's always been into music and he loves the grime rap. And he actually owns his own production company, what makes
Really?
films and TV shows. Yeah, a lot of people go into that. So, yeah, he's doing a rap. I don't know what it sounds like, but I imagine
It's
it's
people talking.
I imagine it's terrible.
Yeah.
I've heard him rap before. Here's the thing. No, I'm not going to play it, but I've heard him rap before. And what Idris Elba does is he puts on a Jamaican accent.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like me doing that, isn't it? It
It's
don't work.
It's not quite like you doing that. There's a
No.
difference, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Wind your body down.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
There you go.
Sorry, are you comparing at like what they call those cup and saucers fairground rides?
Ah, yeah,
Wind your body down. The louder you scream, the faster we go.
not Italian.
Shabba. Hi, Chihuahua.
You've never been very good at accents, have you?
No. But I'm consistent with it, so it's fine.
Well, that's fine. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying I'm an expert on accents, but
Sounds like
So-
you're saying as an expert, Wayne.
So I've got one.
he's got one. He's got
Sorry,
one.
Wayne, I can't hear you. What have you got?
I'm just reading. Wait a minute, because
Bring the book to your face.
I don't like to. I like to think that I don't. I like
He
people
likes
to
to make
think
out he's
that
he likes
I
to make out
don't
he's got
need-
no notes.
I don't need notes,
Yeah.
but I do. So this is an interesting one.
I'll bet the judge of that.
Yep.
Chlamydia. What's it all about?
Have you been reading my notes? So the Beatles,
Boring.
as you might as well know, has got a new track out,
Yes.
Yes, they have.
and the Rolling Stones have got an album out featuring tracks of what they've put into charts.
Yes.
So it's the first time that the Beatles and Stones have had a top 10 hit both together in the Billboard's charts in 54 years.
Yeah.
1969 was the last time they did that.
54 years. It's
I mean, we mentioned on a previous episode
The Beatles
about
had
how special it was, but I hadn't realised it was actually that long.
Yeah, apparently, I think it was the Beatles had "I Feel Fine" and the Stones had "Time Is on My Side."
Wow.
the time is on my side.
And
Yes, it is.
Beatles went to number one, and then as they were coming down the charts, they got leapfrogged by Stones.
Isn't it amazing? Don't you think
Unreal.
these
that,
last
isn't it?
few weeks have been amazing?
54 years.
In that we got all this hype and all this
Mad.
conversation around the Beatles and the Stones.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is really crazy.
There's
Yeah.
interviews of him when Mick Jagger when he's in his 30s and he's getting a lot of grief about how old he is, and they're asking like, "Will you still continue? Are you too old for this now?" And he's like, "Well, whatever." We're like,
Don't worry about me. Drummer
"Oh yeah, he was the older- he
Charlie.
was the-
He's nearly 40.
But yeah, and they're
Yeah.
they're nearly 80 now, and it's. I mean, we mentioned their album previously in another episode, but even though it's not quite their best album, for 80-year-olds banging out some songs, I mean,
Yeah, I've always said, we've always said, if you can get 30% of an album, you've done all right.
Yeah.
And I think I can get 30% of it.
yeah, it's all right. It's
Yeah,
not-
there's a blues track on there that's really good.
The
really
I
good.
think we mentioned it last.
Yeah.
Slow blues track.
On the last one, the Lady Gaga one is brilliant.
But you've got no time for her when she sings that pop stuff.
No, but when she sings that stuff, I've got all the time in the world. She's got great voice, amazing voice. But
He's got a book coming.
there's a book coming. But when she does that, like I said before, that commercial pop crap, I ain't got time.
I know. Yeah.
So also on that aspect, the Beatles, because the Beatles have got to number one with this singles.
Yes, they haven't they?
Yeah. Well,
Has
the-
it gone to number one then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've set a new record in record books of the longest
Oh,
period
right,
of
yeah.
time from the last number one to the present number one, which is 54 years.
You know, I saw.
Oh, the previous record.
Oh, I just think it's like
I don't know.
I don't know. It could have been a
Don't
couple of
know.
years, but like no one's going to beat 50 years, are they?
54 years.
You know, it's a bit of an achievement, especially when two
I
of them are
think-
dead.
I think it was 44 years.
All right, you know this one.
I might know it. I might be wrong.
All right.
But I think it was 44 years because I think it was Kate Bush.
Really?
She had her first hit with Wuthering Heights.
Wait. Are you sure it's Kate Bush? Or you?
I'm not sure, no.
Right.
I
I know what you mean. Yeah,
think-
because that was a big resurrection.
I
wasn't
think her first hit was Wuthering Heights. And she's had recent success last year after the appearance of a...
it? Song on Stranger Things.
what they call it? Going Up That Hill?
Running up the running up that hill. Not
Running up the
that's
hill.
that, you're thinking the Yorkshire one. Going up that hill.
It's the Yorkshire version. Get off up that hill.
Yeah.
And I think it was 44 years. I don't know whether that's just for a female artist or whether it's any artist.
Do you know who I would have thought was like a hit resurrection? Someone like. So in the 80s, there was sort of like a nostalgia period where a lot of films were referring to these like 50s songs. There was a bit of a.
You get that, don't you?
Yeah.
In each decade, you get that.
So I don't know. I was expecting something like Little Richard or something like that,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
or Roy Orbison.
if you get like the early
It's like
70s.
when Pretty Woman came out in the early 90s or late 80s. Roy Orbison's Pretty Woman.
Yeah. Didn't you do that?
Well, I mean, was that made for the film or was that an old one?
I don't know.
Because he like got suddenly really popular again.
Yeah, he did. And I think when that through Travelling Wilburys.
Oh,
No,
you're
it-
both wrong.
Oh,
Sorry?
You're both wrong.
All right.
Apparently, it's 52 years was the previous record.
it's not Elvis, is it?
No.
Oh, because it was that remix, wasn't there, with Fatboy Slim?
Oh,
And
right.
the first one was in 1974 with Dark Lady, and the last one was in 1998 with
get-
Believe.
Get a bit closer.
Chair.
Yes. According to
Okay.
internet,
All right,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
And how many years in between is that?
24 years.
No, I think if you...
Well, what is the
year?
what is
year,
the longest time between number one hits?
Well, okay. Well, all I'm going to say is, what year did Wuthering Heights come out?
Let's have a look.
78?
Oh, I think it was 72.
Was it 72?
It began at 70s.
No.
I think it were.
Wuthering Heights. Well, let's just ask it.
Oh, no, it might be 74
Wuthering
or
Heights.
75.
Oh, change.
It's
Mate, you
9
meant
degrees and cloudy in Dublin.
Well, that
9 degrees and cloudy in Dublin.
What year did Wuthering Heights come out by Kate Bush?
1978.
Oh,
According
so,
to
all right.
Wikipedia.
1978.
Apologies.
And
Now,
I
she was
even born.
number one last year, 2022.
Really?
Yeah.
Was she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I don't follow charts anymore because
No,
No,
the reason I'm saying that is because she got that. It was used on Stranger Things,
The latest season of Stranger Things.
Oh, she
and it got
did.
so much play
Yes.
on Stranger Things. All her back catalogue got put back
It
into
got
charts,
re-released it
Yeah.
all, didn't they? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
and that's why I think it was that one.
Well, let's have a look on.
Because the reason I know this, well, they're not. I didn't know it. I was just sort of taking a punt at it. Really, is that the track running up that hill in, shall we say, 2021 was worth about £3.60,
All right, okay.
right?
Yeah.
In 2022, the album, which is it Hounds of Love, something
Yeah.
like that. They were asking between.
Oh, it's very popular. Kate Bush has suddenly been reintroduced to a whole new
because
generation.
of that,
Yeah.
it was going from between £250 to £500.
And I think that's fantastic. That
It's come back down again now this year, 23.
Well, of course it will. Yeah.
right. So
But on what format?
as in, what do you mean?
But, cassette.
On cassette, because
Yeah.
the girl in the program were listening to it on a Walkman.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The thing is, though, it's this young generation which have like been reintroduced to things, right?
Yeah.
Which is fine, and we all like. I discovered Led Zeppelin, and I weren't born when Led Zeppelin were even active. Were I?
No,
But
I wasn't.
the cassette thing, people are seeing cassettes as like this, oh, this
Iconic.
looks cool,
yeah.
but they don't know the drama.
So this girl in this program's got this headset on, and she's putting on "Running Up That Hill"
Yeah,
as a
and-
sort of like a
Yes.
it's to bring her
source-
back down to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So they've all latched onto that.
yeah.
Walkmans have become fashionable again.
Well, to be
and
fair,
the cassette is even more fashionable.
they were fashionable before, but again, it's this very younger generation that
Yeah.
want to find.
It's been
something,
driven by that.
but
Yeah.
they don't know the drama of the pencil or the pen, where you have to wind it on when it gets all tangled up.
Yeah. Well,
so according
you
to
know what Tom Waits says about the internet, though, don't you?
Go on.
Tom Waits says
It'll
before
never-
the internet.
never catch on.
Sorry.
It'll never catch on.
Well,
It's the cassettes of the audio world.
before the internet, we used to wonder. I miss the wondering.
Well,
Before the library,
and,
I used to wonder.
and thanks to the internet, according to the official charts webpage for anybody that wants to have a look and double check these, it says that the longest gaps between number ones on the UK's official singles charts is number one, 54 years, the Beatles.
Okay.
Number two,
I didn't say I were.
no,
you know, I suspected.
yeah, I'm just giving it you. Number two is 37 years, Kate Bush.
Why did I think it were 44 then?
Number three,
Oh, it's like Pick of the Pops.
wow, it is Kylie Minogue.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, 2000, and then it doesn't give you the next number one. But Kylie Minogue's next. And then it goes to, one of your favourites,
Oh,
Tom Jones.
it's not unusual.
Thomas.
Oh, I think I better dance.
The
I'm good. I'm just
Then-
going to dance.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Then Leo Sayer. I'm getting bored now.
You make
Them
me feel
Blondie.
like dancing.
Dance the night away.
Well done. Well done.
Then Madonna. Can I stop now?
You can stop, yeah.
And then, yeah. Look it up yourself. It's called, the
Google.
website is called Official Charts.
Google.com.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is type in
And
your question.
you get a nice little add along top for next sofas
Ooh.
and tables and things like that.
There are other sofas and tables available, but next to
But Next do a very nice selection.
if you're of a certain age and you need a certain amount of support, then Next
then
have got
you
your
go
back.
to Next.
But, all of their tables have got the
they
rounded
will,
edges
they will carry you to the to your next step.
to the next phase of life.
But it were right.
Kate Bush.
Kate Bush.
Yeah, I think it's great that the younger generations are discovering Kate Bush.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh, I want to. I'll wait for you to come in because he might want to know as well.
I remember.
Is he up?
I remember rediscovering. I was always aware of Kate Bush and I always knew her songs, but I never listened to her albums. And I remember it was 2012. I was living down in Newark in this old schoolhouse, and I was up on the top floor one day because it was on 3 floors, and I was listening. I was working away on my computer, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to listen to a Kate Bush album. And I remember messaging you saying, "Isn't Kate Bush amazing?"
Yeah.
I had, you know, like you go down these little rabbit holes of music, and you suddenly realize, I've not checked these out. I should probably check them out because you hear a lot about them, and you think, okay, there's obviously something important there.
Yeah.
I thought she was amazing.
Yeah.
She's so bizarre and weird and wonderful. Like the talent just screams.
So,
Don't you think she were like yours at that particular time? Were they nice? It was just amazing, really, weren't it?
Was
For
she?
the time.
She writes
I
books.
thought it was earlier, but it's 78, you said.
So she writes songs from books.
yes,
so she
70,
creates
yeah.
narratives and stories from books.
it's still a good album now.
So the song "Cloud Busting" is
It's a
about.
great track.
It's a book that this son wrote about his dad.
Something just clicked.
Everything seems fine.
No?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a book. I think Cloud Busting was a book that a man wrote about his dad. His dad was a scientist of some sort, and he was living out somewhere. I'm going to get a lot of these facts wrong. In the Arizona desert, somewhere like that. And he was obsessed with the government and conspiracies and all sorts of things. And he was obsessed thinking that clouds were some sort of like listening device. And he developed a machine that could like break these clouds apart, or he thought he could anyway. And he went a bit crazy and he started burying his son's yo-yo in the garden. And that's referenced in one of the lines of the song. But basically, the cloud busting song is about this guy's book about his dad who went nuts.
Yeah.
Who believed that the CIA were after him. But she writes songs about stories generally.
About books. Were they nice?
Just on another note there on Kate Bush.
Dave Gilmour.
On the last...
Found her, discovered her.
If a last...
Finish that one off.
Just in case. Michael Barrymore.
No,
Pools.
It's just random names.
Swimming pools.
Shiwaddy.
Checkered trousers. Either the last podcast or the one previous to that, you had a list of people who was nominated for going into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
I think you might find, although we are very similar, I think that we're Louis.
Same surname.
Was it you?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was you because I thought me and Louis both said that
He's got slightly more hair than me.
I thought you were asking the question because me and Louis had both said we thought Kate Bush should win it.
Well, I said that she should be inducted into it. Yeah.
Right, that's where I got it wrong.
Because I posed the question, yeah.
Right, I thought it was your dad asking the question. And it
So
was me and you
basically, we
answering.
were right and he was wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say
nothing
is,
new there.
do we know the outcome
Answer.
of that?
I know that she
anybody-
was inducted in, yeah.
So did she win it?
I saw
Ollie Nelson got inducted.
I saw a speech of a rap
Sheryl
star
Crow got inducted.
who gave a speech about...
And I
But
think
Cheryl-
Cyndi Lauper got induced. I don't know.
But Kate Bush won it then. She got it.
No, it's not a winner. It's like people get in.
yeah, she got him.
Yeah,
And
no, but
she
what I
got
mean
in.
is she
Yeah,
won
she
it
got
as in
in.
she got
Yeah.
in.
There's
from-
not one like,
from
and the
that-
winner is.
No, I
Let's
know.
open the golden envelope.
Yeah,
No,
she was
I mean,
inducted in.
Was she inducted? Because there were a
Yeah.
list of, 12,
There was a few,
14
yeah.
names.
The guy that...
And you says,
Did Your friends get in then?
Well, I picked Kate Bush and
George
George
Michael.
Michael.
Yeah.
And I just wondered, I've not seen any
Google it.
reports of how it went on.
Who got in? Did your mates get in?
Was
Iron Maiden.
I hope not.
Don't be so hard on them. They've done the job. You know, you might not like them, but you know.
There was a hip hop guy.
One or two others do.
He was doing a speech about Kate Bush, and he was
Moss,
saying that
that's
he was
interesting.
when he was younger, he got obsessed with Kate Bush, and he was making a lot of connections between Kate Bush and hip hop, and they think differently, and blah 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 blah, and all this lyrical content, and blah blah blah, and rhythm and patterns, and he said
Too much blah de blah.
There's a lot of bloody blog with her.
and what's more rock and roll than being different? And yeah, she's in.
Well, and rightly so as well.
Yeah,
I
so.
think she deserves that. Yeah, off the list that you obviously that you read out, I would have said she was the number one candidate. If anybody deserved it off that list, it would have been her.
Yeah, I don't know if she turned up. I don't think she turned up, but yeah, and she's not
She'll
toured since
probably-
1979,
she'll
and then she did a
probably-
one-off gig in like 2018.
You're probably running up that hill.
We know a friend
long
of
time.
ours is a real big fan. I think he's photographed her, and he's got a tattoo on his arm of her.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Neil.
Neil,
Yeah.
has he really?
He had it done years ago. He had Lionheart. He had, because the album came out in '78.
Oh.
But he had, I don't know which album it's on, but he had the tattoo of Lionheart.
It's a
He had it first of all done,
Just a
then he had
bush
it
with a face in it.
redone.
There's a what?
It's just a bush with a Kate's face in the
So
middle.
it's got Kate's bush on his arm.
Well,
There you go.
the old gags. And he had it done again because he didn't like the first version. So he
What
had it done
on
again.
other arm? So he's got two bushes,
Double bush.
George Senior and George Junior.
Double bush.
front and back.
Yeah. But yeah. You see, she has released quite a few albums over the years,
Oh yeah, she's prolific.
but you don't necessarily hear about them, do you? It's like a lot of people, like Tracy Chapman. She does the same. Did she get inducted as well?
I don't know.
Because she was nominated, weren't she?
I don't know.
I think so.
I mean, Tracy Chapman.
Yeah, we only know that one track, Fast Cars.
No, she did.
But she's
couple
done
of
other
ones.
stuff.
Yeah, but not to the degree of Kate Bush though.
Now,
'cause, one of
are
the
we
things-
being English? Because she
Well-
didn't travel very well, Kate Bush, did she?
America got her.
Only did they really?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I think she did travel pretty well.
I don't know. Let's have a look.
I mean, she's not. She's quite eccentric, isn't she? She's almost like, because she's so eccentric, she sort of crosses boundaries. I
She's
guess.
got this. I think she's very English in certain aspects. She's not eccentric but she's. I don't know the word I'm struggling for here, but I always seem to think of her as being quintessentially English,
Right.
and she's got idiosyncrasies that make her.
Oh, yeah,
she's
she's-
not loud and brash. She's
like Mary Poppins on speed.
no, she's not. She's
She bloody is.
she's polite.
Well, Mary Poppins was known for being rude.
Well, no, no, I don't want to offend anybody out there, but where you might get a brash American, she's the English Rose. That's all I'm going to say. Cloudbursting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What about it?
Controlling weather and no, it's just actually gives you a description of what cloudbursting is, not actually the story
All right.
behind the song. What was the original question you asked me? And I said I'll have a look.
I don't know.
My mind tonight is
I don't know if there was a
flitting
question.
all over the place.
Right. Maybe we should.
Oh, it's back.
It's back.
I'm back.
He's been to chip shop. I've got a fish cake. Louis got a no
Bag of chips.
bag of chips.
I got a sausage.
That's true.
And on that note,
That's just you.
goodbye.
Goodbye.